Evelyn to Phil, October 24th, 1942. Dear Sweetness, it's exactly 7:45 p.m. and I am all alone. Why? Well, I didn't want to go to the movies with Mom and Mrs. Fromer, and I made them go without me. I have no desire to go anywhere, even to a nearby movie since you left. Jack S. received his vacation money today, $36, so he and Gloria went to a nightclub to celebrate their third month of matrimony. Jack N. came home early last night. He sat down to relax and await an expected call from Jenny. In 2 seconds, he was sound asleep. That's how dead he was. He still doesn't know what to do about his mother. He says he will write to you the, quote, first chance I get to relax, end quote. He also promised to make, page 2, some pictures of me the very next night he has free. Tonight after work, he went to the Saslows for supper, and they are having some sort of party, which they wanted him to attend. Harry has been out with a different chip every night this past week, tonight included. He was so, quote, hopped up, end quote, about one chip that he went to work on Wednesday, his day off. He took Thursday off instead. Imagine. My Aunt Gussie, Uncle Harry, Esther, Bella, and Doris were here today. They all looked like $1 million. Esther is in her 3rd month. They came to visit my dad, who is managing to get about. He's very weak, though, and can barely get about. Page 3, October 25th, 1942, 2:30 p.m. I could not continue writing last night as my dad and a friend of his from Parkway came in. However, sweetheart, I was with you at 9, although I did have company. I'm with you every moment. No matter what I'm doing or thinking, I keep picturing you. How would you react to what is happening and what you would say? Yesterday it was cloudy, then sunny. I sat in the sunlight and crocheted. Dot called. Can't understand why you haven't written. Today it is cloudy but clear and brisk. I've got a good case of the blues. I've gotten so that I don't know what to do with myself. When I sit down to write to you, page 4, always feel so much better. Everyone is working except Jack S., who is cleaning his room at present, so Gloria won't have to do it when she gets home from work. Tante Shuj is here. Ethel and Al dropped her here before going downtown to shop. The weekends are gloomy and boring, and time goes so slowly, except when I'm writing to you. I got your Thursday letter yesterday. My, I sure do rate. You say the nicest things. It's a wonderful feeling, after all the trials and tribulations of 19 months, to be so much in love. Yes, dearest, you still have the power to thrill me through and through. I always wanted to, page 5, love and be loved in this manner. Thanks, sweet, for being the swell person you are. I feel pretty good, but that pain near my rib persists. It drives me crazy sometimes and causes great discomfort. I feel strong one day and weak the next. All in all, however, I'm doing swell. It won't be long now. I'm so anxious to see you. I wish it were tomorrow. Gloria's mother is coming to visit us this Wednesday and will stay till Friday, when she will go to Washington to visit her son. We finally had the heat turned on. The weather has been fairly good and the need for heat is not urgent. It took the dampness out of, page 6, the house. Gloria and Jack are going to New York in 2 weeks and Mom may go with them. Gloria has become a reporter on the Signal Corps paper. Jack N. slept over his aunt's house today and didn't go to work. He was going to make my pictures if he didn't work, but he was so tired he slept till 2:30. I called the Saslows to find out what happened because we had not heard from him. So he made a date to go out with Harry. I guess you'll just have to be patient, Or else you might write to him to make those pictures. Or else. Eddie Strongen came in this page 7 morning on leave and must return this evening. They were living in pup tents 21 miles from camp on a sort of maneuver. He says it's hard for him to get leave. Did you copy Ben's address? Eddie's is as follows. Private E. Strongen, 298 MP Company, Holabird Ordnance Motor Base, Baltimore, Maryland. Hold on to these addresses. You may want them at one time or another. Phil, I am going to endorse your dividend check and have my mother cash it. Or would you want me to send it to you for endorsement? It really doesn't matter, but it says to cash the check within 60 days. The Fromers send their best as usual. They are really, page 8, swell people. My mom told me that everyone in the neighborhood, including the Fromers, can't get over how wonderfully Mom and I get along. They say we're one pair in a million. Gee whiz. I want you so much today that I can barely resist calling you or heading for the nearest railroad station. Phil, I feel so helpless, so lost without you, that I could scream or something. Darling, it hurts harder than ever before. Sometimes I feel I cannot go on without you. It's almost 8 p.m. and I want to mail this early, so I'll end now with all my love to the sweetest guy in the world from his chippy, Evie. Remember 9. Here are my lips. P.S. Did you get the package? Philip to Evelyn, Saturday, October 24th, 2 p.m. Dearest, the mail is starting to come through regularly now, and yours of the 22nd arrived right on schedule. Glad to know that everything is still running smoothly, more or less, but as long as my absence causes no severe hardship at home, I'll feel that I'm doing my duty by both loved ones and country. Nothing new here. Last night I went to the movies again and saw You Can't Escape Forever with G. Brent and B. Marshall. Very good newspaper story. Plenty of action and plenty of laughs. Today we were free from inspection on 10 a.m. I think I'll take advantage of the breather and loaf a while. Surprisingly, although the schedule is very light, it leaves us very little time for loafing. I've already completed a letter to Lil. If I'm not too lazy tonight, I'll try to write some more. Little by little, I'm reducing the list of people I must write to. We had it officially that we'll get weekend passes next week, but I wouldn't know what, page 2, to do with one if I had it. There is a possibility, however, that we'll get off from Friday evening till Monday morning. This means, according to the train schedule, that I could reach Philly by 5 a.m. Saturday, but I'd have to start back about 9 a.m. Sunday in order to get the last bus out of Columbus for the air base, giving me about 24 hours at home. With money so scarce and so sorely needed for other things, I'd be hesitant about spending the $10 it would take, even if I had it. What do you think, honey? Incidentally, it begins to look as though we won't get paid until the middle of November. We haven't signed the payroll yet. I hope, baby, that this does not inconvenience you too much. Sorry to hear that the Nierenbergs are having trouble getting situated, but I think it would be best for everybody concerned if Jack went ahead with his plan to get an apartment in Philly for his mother and himself. As a matter of fact, I don't see what else he can do. It's just too swell to have so many people looking out for my needs and comfort. Tell Mrs. Fromer I love her too, and that I'll return that kiss when I see her. Tell Mr. Fromer to think nothing of it. It's the price he has to pay for the privilege of having such a lovely wife. My fondest thoughts are for you, sweet, and may they soon materialize. Love to all, from Phil. Letter from Cousin Harry to Cousin Judy. October 24th, 1942. Hello, Judy. How you doing? Dropping you a few lines to let you know what's what. I guess you received the letter I sent you all. Well, I've been here 2 weeks back from furlough, so far. Didn't do much the first week, but play football, a little running, calisthenics, and lay around in our bunks. But this week we got down to a little more or regular Army routine. Rifle drill, pep talks, and all that stuff. I guess I can say it was not so tough. We got off at 12 noon Saturday and have till Monday morning. I caught a hop to Atlanta Sunday. It's only 115 miles from camp. I met up with some officer's second lieutenant. I met him in some restaurant. He invited me over for a few drinks. He was feeling a little high. The boy was telling me how much he hates the Japs. He has a few scraps with them in Hawaii before the war. He was General Wainwright's friend, now a prisoner. Perhaps you heard of him. Page 2. Is this boring you? Well, after a while we picked up a couple of Georgia gals. The Louis nearly got up. I was just working on mine when he said, "Let's go, we have to catch a bus." I'm thinking of seeing her this weekend. Yes, he was still with me after he sobered up. He was really a regular fellow. He's leaving on sealed orders. Well, Judy, I guess you heard enough about that. How are you doing? What do you think of Ben being in California? Too bad Lil was transferred. How's Jack Nierenberg? Tell him to drop a line. You too. Well, Judy, give everyone my regards. Tell the boys I was asking for them. Cousin Harry.